I never could keep these on. First and foremost, I want to thank the faculty, trustees, and President Harris for this honor. I can't tell you how much this means to me. It means so much to me because I almost didn't graduate from here. My grade point was so pathetic that for years I joked I got the only honorary bachelor's degree Grinnell ever granted. Now this one matches quite nicely with that one. But in defense of my anemic academic accomplishments, there was, in the 1960s, when I was in school here, a lot to distract an aspiring journalist such as me. There were civil rights demonstrations to cover, anti-war marches to cover, and in my case, for a year when I dropped out of school, the Vietnam War to photograph. How could analyzing multiple layers of allegory in The Fairy Queen compete with sitting, literally, at the knees of Martin Luther King as he spoke from the Brown County Courthouse steps in Selma, Alabama? The 60s were ugly times. It wasn't all sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Civil rights workers murdered, President Kennedy, Dr. King, Malcolm X, and Robert Kennedy assassinated, cities aflame with riots, the war in Vietnam, college students gunned down on campus by National Guardsmen and police for protesting the war. The day I sat where you're sitting now, 61 Americans were killed in Vietnam, most of them younger than you are. That month, May 1968, was the single bloodiest month of the war. 2,169 Americans killed, on the way to a total butcher's bill of more than 58,000, and God knows how many Vietnamese. But as ugly as those times were, there was nonetheless a kind of pervasive optimism among young people. We truly believed that the civil rights demonstrations had led to the landmark 1964 Civil Rights Act and the 1965 Voting Rights Act. We truly believed that the hundreds of thousands of anti-war demonstrators, mostly young people, the hundreds of thousands who flooded the streets in cities across the country, had helped turn the country against the war. We truly believed, truly believed what singer-songwriter Graham Nash sang in his anthem, Chicago. We can change the world, we can rearrange the world. You too face an ugly landscape out there. You face a climate catastrophe of unimaginable consequences. And you face the ugly knowledge that half the people in this country voted for As a result of that, you'll have to face down incipient fascism. So you could be excused for suffering a kind of existential dread, maybe even terminal ennui. You could be excused for that, but you're Grinnell graduates, elites, if you will. Baked into our Grinnell DNA is a call to improve the world, to change things. From the school's earliest abolitionist days to the graduates who helped shape FDR's New Deal, to graduate Joseph Welch staring down red-baiting Senator Joe McCarthy on national television, asking if he had no sense of decency. And Robert Noyce's microchips changed everything. There's Dr. Hoth over here that you're going to hear from in a moment. And most recently, Ambassador George Moose, class of 1966, a distinguished career diplomat and Grinnell trustee. He was fired by Trump as president of the Institute of Peace. When Ambassador Moose refused to leave his offices, Musk flunkies brought armed police to escort him from the building. So I know don't really need to hear me, you don't really need to hear me exhort you, but I'm going to do it anyway. You are Grinnellians. You can change the world. You can rearrange the world. Thank you very much.